助けてほしいかナナに。心を燃やせ。限界を超えろ。
Hello and welcome to More Than Headlines, your weekly anime news podcast made by Australians for global citizens. I'm your extremely humble host, Brendan White, aka the Salt and Pepper Senpai, and joining me, as is tradition, my trusted co-host and rival, the Ash to my Gary, Courtney Smith. Welcome back. It is great to have you. You are looking better than ever. You got that new wifey glow happening. What's going on?
I got married. What the heck? Not to an anime boy though, but that's okay because I do love my husband.
That's beautiful in itself, but you know what? Now you've got a whole lifetime to convert him to an anime boy. So yeah, the hard work is done now. Now you can just gradually chip away and just implement anime into the day-to-day and hopefully we can convert him over time.
Yep, he will eventually become a 2D anime boy. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm sure it is. But first and foremost, something that is a little less fine. Listeners, viewers, we just wanted to let you know this episode, we do have a quick content warning because, yes, episode 5 of More Than Headlines does come with mentions in relation to domestic violence and abuse. So just wanted to let you know that'll be happening in headline 2 of this episode. Full minute breakdowns will be available there if you want to skip forward, should you choose. But what do you think, Miss Smith? Shall we jump into the news?
Let's read the news.
You like the news?
The most obnoxious news drop in the internet today. And headline number 1, we have announced as Crunchyroll confirms the schedule for summer of 2024, or for anyone here, winter of 2024. So Crunchyroll confirmed this past week for the upcoming summer season of 2024. We have 29 new titles coming to the streaming platform. Crunchyroll summer 2024 season will start on the 26th of June, so this coming week, with the sub of The Strongest Magician in the Demon Lord's Army Was a Human being the first cab off the rank.
What a name.
I'm not at all surprised. Like, it's just very on brand for anime in general. Like, the longer the title, I don't know if it's the longer the title, the better it is. I don't think that's like scientifically proven, but at least piques my interest when there's more words in the title.
Sure does. And the platform specified that the current release dates are for subbed versions of anime only, with dubs in a variety of languages to be released at later dates, which I'm sure they will announce. While this season doesn't seem to have as many heavy hitters as the past few ones, there are some notable series premiering, including Tower of God Season 2, Neo Automata version 1.1a Core 2, and Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian.
Those Neo Automata titles just roll off the tongue, don't they? Like, I have no idea what they're thinking with the naming conventions of the anime and the games as well, but like, it's very on brand for that universe. So I'm like, yep, you do you, and we'll just sit along for the ride. But yeah, Crunchyroll continues to lead the pack. 29 titles is huge, and combining that with the continuations of titles such as My Hero, One Piece, and more will certainly keep us busy throughout this winter/summer. Seriously, I've got no idea where I'm going to find the time to watch all this stuff, but rest assured, Otakus, I will try my very, very best to make you all proud, as there's a few particular standouts for this upcoming season that have grabbed my attention completely.
I will say, I feel like this season is a bit of a breather for me. There's a lot less that I'm interested in compared to previous seasons. I feel like since we've had Chainsaw Man, it's been, every season has been non-stop bangers. So I'm excited to have a bit of a break.
I think there's some sleeper bangers, if that's a term, in this season. So we'll report back as this season unfolds and becomes something a little bit more realized. But yeah, let's see what the sleeper bangers of summer/winter 2024 are.
Yeah, I think the sleeper banger that I'm looking forward to most, I'm going to say it's a sleeper banger already, is Senpai Izan Otokonoko, which means senpai is a boy. A series about a guy who enjoys cross-dressing. And there's also a BL anime coming out this season, which we're very lucky to get for the BL girlies.
Yeah, that's Twilight Out of Focus, isn't it?
Yes, Twilight Out of Focus. Very, very excited.
Yeah, and we'll talk about more of some of our potential standouts from this upcoming season in a couple of headlines' time.
Headline number 2, though, this is about the voice actor Touru Furuya admitting to having an affair and domestic violence. Touru Furuya and his agency announced that he'll be stepping down from his voice acting roles after he admitted to having a 4-year-long affair with a fan that he reached out to. He also admitted to hitting the woman during an argument and caused her to have an abortion.
And the voice actor played Sabo in One Piece and Toru Amuro in Detective Conan. As a result of his behavior, Furuya has been removed from the cast of the new Atlas RPG, and Animate cancelled its Detective Conan event set for late July.
This is such an extreme abuse of power to be someone in such a, high status, to reach out to a fan and put them in this kind of situation, because obviously the fan was really liked him and was a fan of his work. So the fact that he reached out to her, I think, is really appalling. And while it is hard to address news like this, I think it's really important that we do, in the hope that we can bring to light issues like domestic violence and abuse.
I completely agree with you. We don't want to sugarcoat this. We want to emphasize and give our listeners and viewers the full breadth of what's happening in the world of anime, whether it be good or bad in this regard. But I just wanted to say that, to hell with this guy and fuck anyone that is like him. Situations like this, they have no place in anime or the world as a whole. Abusing your status to take advantage of people for your own gain is never, never, never acceptable. And I hope any offender who is trying to do things like this or even worse is met with the full force of the law.
And I hope the victim is okay. And if anyone is struggling with this kind of thing, we'll also leave in the show notes links to support resources that you can reach out to.
Exactly, yeah. If you are in situations like this or just uncomfortable situations in your life as a whole, there's plenty of support networks out there that can help make that situation much better and hopefully get you out of those situations and scenarios. So don't hesitate to reach out for help, because there's someone there that'll take that hand. Okay, moving on to headline number 3. My Dear Friend Nokotan is to be streamed almost everywhere. Have you ever wanted to have a deer as a friend? Well, now you can, because summer 2024 brings My Dear Friend Nokotan, which is set to be the most widely available anime of 2024. The anime follows an ex-delinquent as she tries to hide her past from her new school friends, except a deer girl has come into her life and is causing chaos.
The gag comedy anime series is set to be streamed in over 140 countries and territories across a huge range of platforms, including Crunchyroll and Amazon Prime Video. So yes, even you can be dear friends with Nokotan.
I saw the trailer for this one a few months ago and was fawning over it immediately. So much so that it was an instant add to my plan to watch list. The concept makes zero sense, is utterly absurd, but I am 100% here for it. Also, having Wit Studio at the helm has me feeling pretty confident we're going to have one of the season's biggest hits here. Sleeper banger, I think yes.
I think so too. It looks like it's going to be hilarious. Looks very similar to the other gag comedy series like Nichijo, Aho Girl, and Asobi Asobase. Also, I want to read out the name in Japanese to everyone. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Shika noko 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 koshi tantan.
I am happy that you read that out, not me, because I would have butchered that 7 ways from Sunday. But it sounds like a good, it sounds a lot more impressive in the Japanese title compared to the English translate. So get hyped for it, because it looks so fun. There's a couple of trailers out. First announcement trailer from a few months ago runs about 2 minutes and is just absolutely bonkers. And I cannot wait to jump into this one.
Yes, I'm so excited. Something else that has me excited is that Tokyo Revengers is getting a new sequel. The time-traveling delinquent anime Tokyo Revengers has a new key visual for the next sequel, which features a bloodied-up Takemichi holding the back of Mikey's head in some kind of despair-ridden pose. The series currently has 3 seasons, which are available on Crunchyroll and Disney+.
And a mini-series for Tokyo Revengers was also announced, titled Duwa Revenger, in parentheses means fairy tale Revengers. It retells old fairy tales with characters from the series. The first one is going to tell the story of Momotaro, which features our favorite group of thugs.
Justice for Mikey. Please, here's my son, here's my boy. Mikey can do no wrong in my eyes. All I need is for him to be happy.
That's fair. That's fair. And over the last few years, like Tokyo Revengers has become one of the 10 biggest anime franchises on planet Earth, which is great. But truth be told, I don't fully understand why or how it's become one of the 10 biggest. I don't know if that's unnecessary shade. Like, it is fine, it's enjoyable, but it just doesn't hit the way I want it to for me. And you know, the time traveling thing is a cool wrinkle, but it gets a little lost in my head at times trying to stay on track as to what's going on in this world. But it's gorgeously animated.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So the reason this franchise is so popular is because of the girlies. And I know I always say it's because of the girlies, but it is because those characters are so well written, and everyone has their one favorite character in Tokyo Revengers, and mine's Mikey, and I would do anything for him.
Okay.
I'll do anything for Mikey.
Shout out to Mikey, but also shout out to the girlies that are making anime like Tokyo Revengers so universally popular. And like, it is a good ride, and I love that it is more accessible to people, conveniently being available on Disney+. So for the non-anime tragics that might be casually looking for something to watch in between episodes of The Acolyte or something like that, they can jump on over to Tokyo Revengers and get their fix. It's enjoyable, but yeah, I think I've just been very stop-start with it. So the momentum has been very intermittent for me. So I'm in and I'm enjoying it, but then I take a break and then come back and I'm like, what's happening again? There's time travel. I'm so confused, Courtney, but I'll go back and see, and I'll see if I can land on a favorite character that I can champion as well, just like you do with Mikey.
Yes, let us know.
Yeah, I will report back. I promise, listeners, I am an honest man, and I will circle back and share further insights on the thirst trap that has grabbed me in Tokyo Revengers in future episodes. But yeah, the last headline we wanted to bring to the table this week, and this is a bit more of a round table discussion here. It's not news so much. We just thought with the upcoming summer season on our doorstep, we'd sort of throw our favorite or our hopeful top 3 for the season to come. So we'll sort of go rotating one. I say one, Courtney says one, vice versa, just to give you 6 or so titles to keep your eyes and ears on as they start to drop in the coming weeks. And the first one I wanted to highlight, not on Crunchyroll, sadly, you do have to sort of dig a little deeper to find it, but High Dive is quickly developing quite the fantastic portfolio, I must say. There's a lot of bangers on High Dive. So yeah, my first highlight for the upcoming summer/winter season for us Arsies here, Oshinoko Season 2. Season 1 really came out of nowhere for me. Like, I didn't know anything about this world, hadn't read a panel of the manga, and it just hit at the right time. I love that first episode was almost like a mini movie instead of that standard 20-odd minute run. So you get 60 or so minutes worth of story and exposition and introduction. And it was one of the strongest first episodes in all of 2023. And it actually landed at number 3 for my top 104 anime that released in 2023. Yes, I did watch 104 different anime that came out last year alone. And it was narrowly edged out by Frieren in Season 2 of JJK. So I cannot wait to dive back into this dark and grimy world of celebrity and see what's happening with Ai, Aqua, and Ruby, because I love this world. I love the characters. The opening from Season 1 is one of the best bangers that have come out in many a year. And yeah, Oshinoko is chef's kiss greatness for me. I love it.
I think it's also really good because it's an example of isekai that doesn't have, I guess, use magic as a major theme. Like, the only reason this is an isekai is because the 2 twins were reborn as Ai's kids. So I think that for me is a really interesting twist, and I wonder if we're gonna see more of like the repercussions of that event in the first episode. But I'm very excited for Season 2.
I'm so excited. I love this franchise. Like, I've started reading the manga since, and yeah, knowing what's to come in this season has me still equally as excited as going in blind, because it's great storytelling. The animation is stunning. And then the soundtrack that they weave in through that first season, it's just, double thumbs up from this guy. So yeah, that's my first standout for the upcoming season. What you got for me, Courtney?
I'm really excited for Aaliyah Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. I'm a big fan of series that have characters that are either half or they're foreigners, or, you know, they come to Japan and maybe they're not fully Japanese or they don't fully understand, you know, the country that they're in, and it's often like a point of reference for the other characters, whether they're like making fun of them or they're helping them, whatever it is. I really enjoy that kind of content. So Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian is based on a really popular light novel of the same name and follows half Russian, half Japanese Alyssa, who is the most popular girl in school thanks to her stunning looks and perfect grades. You know, the classic blonde hair, very cool, very quiet. But the only person she wants to pay attention to is her desk neighbor, Masachika, who is a quiet otaku who just wants to play video games and watch anime. Don't we all? So unbeknownst to her, he can also speak Russian. And the premise of the series is that she gets flustered. And when she does, she mutters to herself in Russian and says things, but he understands her and she doesn't know. So when she starts to say things like, oh, I have some feelings for someone in Russian, he's like, sis, T. So from there, they kind of form a connection, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
It looks super cute, and I feel I'm going to fall in love with this anime. Feelings about Russia aside, I love the concept. I love this little cute sort of silent acknowledgement that Masachika has, where he's wise to what's happening as this is all playing out, but like how long into the series does it get to be when that bond over the Russian dialect is sort of, I guess, made public between the two leads. So yeah, I love a little school-based romance, and there's something pure and innocent about love at that period in a person's life. And I think, this is going to be one of the hits of the season for sure.
Yeah.
My next one I wanted to highlight is titled No Longer Allowed in Another World. And I've just gone a bit lazy here and grabbed the My Anime List summary and sort of changed it a little bit just to give you a bit of a snapshot of it. So, an adventure in another world with cute girls by your side and video game-like powers sounds like an anime fan's dream, right? Not so for the melancholic author Osamu Dazai, who'd quite literally prefer to drop dead. Video games haven't even been invented yet when he gets yanked into another world in 1948. Really, all the fantastical adventure he keeps running into is just getting in the way of his poetic dream of finding the perfect place to die. No matter how much he risks his hide, everything seems to keep turning out okay. Follow a miserable hero like no other in this cheerfully bleak isekai comedy. And this is done by Magic Capsule. They're a studio that has had their hands in things like Toradora and Food Wars. And it feels like there's a similar tone, definitely a similar art style. The animation quality is great. The tone in the trailers that I've seen just seems like it's just going to be piss funny the entirety of the time. We're getting a different spin on that fantasy genre, which does get rinse and repeated season after season. But I like that this is a little bit of a retake on that. And it looks like a time. And Osamu Dazai looks like a character that I'm going to be rooting for.
So this is actually very funny because I didn't realize until you read out his name, but Osamu Dazai is a real Japanese novelist. He wrote No Longer Human, which is his most famous novel. I haven't read it yet, but it looks really good. And he had a real Kafka vibe of like, everything is shit, and I love that for him. He's like the precursor to the Ghibli director.
I love this. Miyazaki.
Yeah, Miyazaki. He's like, you know how Miyazaki is always like, oh, everything's so hard, life is hard, and then he makes like the most gorgeous artwork cinema. And Dazai was kind of similar in vibes. Like even if you look up him, like all his pictures, he's just like, oh.
What was me? And then just proceeds to make magic after magic after magic.
Yeah, basically. So I'm also excited for this even if just for the fact I get to see how this kind of literary genius is portrayed in an anime isekai.
It's funny, like, and I didn't even do this by choice, but just out of pure coincidence, I'm wearing my Your Boy Kong Ming shirt here, and it's the same thing where like a real life person from history is transported into another world, and seeing them try to coexist and live and learn and adapt is exactly what No Longer Allowed in Other Worlds all about. So I'm rooting for you, Osamu Dazai, that's for sure.
Speaking of isekais, my next most anticipated anime for the series is Suicide Squad Isekai. And I normally don't really care for comics. I don't really like the art style. It's just, too much action, not really my vibe. But I think an isekai world with Western comic book heroes or villains is a hilarious idea. So this one will feature Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Peacemaker, Clayface, and King Shark. I don't think that's all of the Suicide Squad, right?
There's a lot more, like there's Captain Boomerang and stuff like that, and there's a heap of others we've seen in the trailer, but they're certainly the stars. Yep. Star anti-heroes, anti-villains, whatever you want to call them.
So they get sent into an otherworldly realm that's connected to their own world through a gate, like a regular isekai, and it's a world of swords and magic where orcs rampage and dragons rule the skies. Classic shenanigans in anime, and I think it'll be really, really funny, and I'm very excited.
I'm so in for this. I'm also very excited on the fact that they've confirmed, I think, when the first episode drops, they're going to do a triple episode drop, so you're going to have 3 episodes to chew through straight away, and I think, is it the 27th of June this is coming out? I think it's in like 4 or 5 days time maybe. So we haven't got to wait long at all to jump into Suicide Squad Isekai, and it looks great. You can see they've thrown a lot of money in the production budget for this one because it looks stunning. The voice work sounds great. And yeah, I am keen as a bean for this.
I think we've had like 3 or 4 trailers as well. So we've gotten like a good kind of idea of what it's going to look like and how much money they have thrown at it, like you mentioned.
Yeah, the spoiler on how much money would be a lot. That is the technical term, because yeah, they want to do well with this, and I hope it really does do well and reviews well, because it'll lead to more great content like this, where we're seeing those big mainline Western IP get chucked into new scenarios like this. So the more crazy crossovers like this, the better, I say. All right, the third title I wanted to highlight as far as my standouts for the summer 2024 season is an anime called Days with My Stepsister. Forbidden love, possibly done tastefully? ? Yuta Asamura gets a stunning new stepsister, Saki Ayase, after his father remarries. They agree to keep a comfortable distance, having learned from their parents' past mistakes. Saki used to being independent, and Yuta, unsure how to treat her, slowly find comfort in each other's company. From strangers to friends, their evolving relationship hints at a possible love story. I'm in, let's go.
I have hope for this show. I've seen a lot of step-sibling romance anime, some good, some questionable. I think by the sounds of it, it sounds wholesome, and that's what I'm hedging my bets on.
It sounds a lot more than something that I watched recently for the first time in Citrus, for sure. So yeah, it certainly was left feeling like I had lemon squeeze in my eyes watching that anime, because, oh boy, that goes some places. But this looks like it's going to be a little bit more wholesome and sweet and grounded, and not just leaning into food-based, pun intended, forbidden fruit that Citrus sort of leans into very, very heavily right from the get-go. So yeah, Days with My Stepsister. Please don't be an itchy, smutty mess, and be something wholesome and tasteful and beautiful. Please, 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 please.
Speaking of wholesome romance, my last recommendation is Twilight Out of Focus, which I mentioned earlier. It's I think the only BL anime adaptation this season. We really don't get many of them, despite there being a huge market for BL manga and light novels. So it's super high on my list. It follows 2 roommates that swear to not tell anyone that they both are attracted to men. Things do get tricky though when one of them wants to cast the other one in a boys' love play, and things start to get a little bit dicey. But I really like BL as a genre. It's very written for women by women. So I really hope it does a good job of adapting the original series.
I've got to ask, does you and your book talk girly circle talk about Twilight Out of Focus, about potentially the next big hit or not?
No, well, I think...
Or is this too wholesome for the book talk girly circle? Because you said it gets pretty nasty in those chats.
So I actually haven't read the manga for Twilight Out of Focus, but reading the synopsis and kind of hearing, not from Book Talk, but from the BL community, that hopefully it's nice. Hopefully it's just well done and tastefully done. Last season we did have a BL, I can't remember what it was called, but it was done well, but the production value was a little bit low, and I think people were a little bit turned off by that. So I'm hoping that this one can get the attention it deserves as well.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, the name escapes me of the one from the last season. I haven't finished it yet. I think I dropped off after about 4 or 5 episodes because, yeah, the production value was a little intermittent and weak, to say the best. The storytelling was fine, but just in comparison to some of the other stuff I watched, it just didn't hold my attention. I'll circle back and try and wrap it up this year, but I'm not in a big rush. But yeah, Twilight Out of Focus, it looks great, it sounds great, and knowing that you and the crew are on board for it, I'm going to be jumping into and seeing what happens here with this secretive romance that could develop between these two boys. A couple of other honorable mentions we wanted to sort of quickly spotlight. We did mention my dear friend Nokotan earlier, so that's one on our sort of watch and recommended list. Pseudo Harem is one. Yes, name aside, it does sound like a dime a dozen type of scenario play out, but just the synopses, it's painted again in a wholesome, sweet way instead of just smutty, lowbrow, itchy fan service vibe. So I could be completely wrong after I watched the first episode, but at least from just reading the synopses of Pseudo Harem, it sounds like it could be potentially sweet, but just the name's going to misdirect things. I hope in the same vein as something like, is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon, where you read that headline and go, oh, this sounds crap, but then you're watching like, this is fantastic and anything but smutty fantasy girl pick-uppery. So Pseudo Harem is on the list. Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary intrigues me as well, and one we just talked about collectively before we started recording, with Plus-Sized Elf dropping this season, which also looks like a ton of fun.
I am, I think, the most excited for My Dear Friend Nokotan. I think I need something light, I need something funny, I need something silly. I think this will give me exactly that. And Plus Size Elf, first of all, there's very little positive plus size characters in anime, and I think Plus Size Elf will maybe not have quite the positive spin that we want. I believe it's about her losing weight, but at the same time, I think even just having the representation, because I think all of the characters in it are plus sized, I think having that representation is a good step forward, because as we know, the anime industry is has very specific beauty standards when it comes to body types in anime, and some pretty questionable ones as well. So hopefully Plus Size Elf will have more positive representation.
Yeah, which excites me a lot, because yes, even though it's going to have some fantasy undertones because we're talking about elves here, but the fact that they are talking and leaning into body image, and that there is hopefully some of the messaging where there is ultimately no right or wrong body shape. I hope there is some real positive sort of messaging here that people of all ages and all walks of life can watch and get behind, because yeah, we don't really have any of that at all in anime for the most part that I can recall off the top of my head at least.
Also, we're in like an elf renaissance. Like we've had Plus Size Elf, we've had Frieren, we've had Marcel from Delicious in Dungeon. Elves are
Otaku Elf last year.
I will. Okay, I won't kill to get my hands on Otaku Elf merch, but I'll do some other things to get my hands on Otaku Elf merch.
Not quite murder, but potential grievous bodily harm for some Otaku Elf merch. If anyone is listening or watching does have some hookups for some good Otaku Elf merchandise, hit us up on them socials. Links are available in the show notes so you can reach out because, yeah, Courtney is in dire need of some Otaku Elf merchandise ASAP. All right, let's move into the second last piece of this episode, which we title Big Game Hunting, where we update you on the latest developments regarding the biggest titles airing in the current anime season. And just really quick helicopter overview as far as the big name ongoings. My Hero Academia Season 7, Episode 146 aired overnight, titled Two Flashfires. I watched this morning, and holy guacamole is the fight and the animation in this episode especially impressive. Like, have you watched it yet, Courtney? No?
Not yet. I'm going to watch after this recording, but I am very excited.
Me too. And like, Darby is one of the best villains in anime of the last several years. I love that character. I love the character progression and understanding how he came to be and giving the viewer almost believable concepts as to why, like, okay, I understand why you want to literally watch the world burn. Like, I can sort of relate to you and not really like back you and this mindset, but when you can begin to empathize with a villain, it just shows how good the writing is. And Darby, he stands above most of the other villains in this franchise, I think, as far as people that I don't root for, but like I can acknowledge.
I will never get over his reveal, ever. That episode just always comes back to my mind because it was so well done. And I didn't see it coming, honestly. I feel like a lot of people
Neither did I. It was a jaw dropper for me.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So seeing his story unfold has been awesome.
And the character model is amazing, but equally as creepy. Like, he looks messed up. Like, I wanted to swear again there, but I'll reserve them for another time. But yeah, he looks so repulsive, but also so great at the same time, which is a weird thing to say because he's just got that standard badass evil villain look down to a T, and like, I'm all for it. And I picked up unrelated but related, picked up the villains skin pack in Fortnite the other day, so I'm very happy to have him in my rotation, even though I only ever use the female skins in Fortnite, which is probably a topic for another day. It's just anime female skins all the time, but I've got Darby should I ever choose to get off that horse.
Mine's just Bakugo, so
nothing wrong with that. All right, One Piece Season 14, Episode 1109, titled A Tough Decision, An Unusual United Front, also dropped overnight. So any Straw Hat Pirates can be sailing those seven seas with Episode 1109 of One Piece. Sadly, this week we'll see, or this upcoming week, I should say, we'll see the following anime end their current seasonal runs. So Demon Slayer, Season 4, Episode 8, will be wrapping up in Monday week's time. So the Hashira training arc will be done and dusted in a little over 8 days' time at time of recording. Kaiju number 8, Season 1, Episode 12. Yes, I watched Episode 11 last night. Fantastic. 10 still, I think, my favorite episode of the season so far. But 11 was still like, oh boy. But I had this moment when Episode 11 ended and I'm like, oh no, we've only got 20 or so minutes left of this season. I've read all the manga. I know what's to come and I want it all now. And knowing that I'm not going to get even a fraction of that between now and next Sunday really breaks my damn heart.
I am so sad that it is ending already. It feels like it hadn't even started. Like it hasn't been 12 weeks. What? It hasn't. Stop.
I want Production IG to come out and be like, surprise, we've got a second core coming out at the end of the year. Get hyped, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's a 2025 release, I'm sure. Other sad news, but also exciting news because you can binge the entire season now. Season 3 of Konosuba has ended on Crunchyroll. So go over and check out what Kazuma and co are up to. It's one of my favorite isekai out there. It is so unhinged in all the right ways. And I am all for the entire main ensemble cast. And it's just the writing and the tone is just everything I love about anime.
Best girl, Darkness.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm a big Megumin fan as well. I'm not sad about any of them. I think they're all great, but Darkness is certainly probably the MVP for me for sure too.
And Windbreaker as well. Where has the time gone?
It's back there, Courtney. Back there somewhere.
So season 1, episode 13 will be the last episode airing this week. Do you know what day it comes out?
Is it a Wednesday drop for Windbreaker?
I think so. I think it's midweek.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either. Like, it's funny. We were talking about Tokyo Revengers earlier. I don't know if it's recency bias, but Windbreaker jumps above that sort of concept to me because it's great. Love the characters. Cool thing as well, I didn't actually put it in the show notes, but this week's episode of More Than Hentai focuses on Windbreaker. So we did a 90-minute deep dive on Windbreaker this past week, and it was super fun to record and just got me more and more excited to see where this first season finishes up. I've got the manga downloaded on my iPad ready to start chewing through the second I watch episode 13, because this is another franchise that's just grabbed me by the scruff of the neck and is just dragging me along. And Sakura and co, I love the Bofurine team. I love the story. The fight scenes are some of the best you'll see this year. It is so slickly animated by Cloverworks, and sadly, yeah, that 13th episode comes out in a couple of days' time.
I can't. This season has gone so fast, honestly.
Yeah, we're eating well. And not anime related, but anime adjacent. The Apothecary Diaries manga will be returning from a nearly 3-month hiatus next month, confirmed to be returning on July the 19th. So it is a day early birthday present for yours truly, which I'm excited about because we get more Mao Mao, who I love. She's one of the best girls of the last couple of years by a fairly hefty margin.
I saw they're making a Jinshi Nendoroid, and I think I'm going to have to cop it. I love Jinshi so much.
I'm not upset about this. I fully endorse you doing this, and I'll just live through you.
Yep, it's going to be a cop. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Yeah. So more Mao Mao coming in manga form in a little under 4 weeks' time. But let's move into the last segment of this potty, Courtney. Random fact of the week. What do you got for us this time?
I've got a good one. Every year, Sanrio holds its character popularity ranking competition where they get, I think it's globally, they get everyone to vote on their favorite Sanrio character. And for the 5th year in a row, my boy, Cinnamoroll, has won the competition for the most popular Sanrio character. In second place was Pochako, which was actually shocking to me because I didn't realize how popular Pochako is. And the third is Kuromi. But Cinnamoroll, he's so cute. I want to squish his little head.
I do love his big, giant Dumbo-like ears. Like, he is a beautiful little soul, and I understand why he won. But I was looking at the voting. So 57 million votes were done for this Sanrio ranking, which is insane, first and foremost. But Cinnamoroll had 5 million votes. It wasn't a landslide like you think it might have been. Pacharo came in with 8% of the votes with just 4.6 million. So he's on the upswing. He's on the upswing. Like, Cinnamoroll might not be taking it home 4 years in a row next year. It's going to be curious to see how the fans react in 2024/2025.
I'm shocked because I just came back from a week in Japan and I saw so much Pochako merch. I was blown away. I was like, I had no idea that Pochako was so popular. Because in my mind, it's just Cinnamoroll like dancing around to like music 24/7. So, you know.
I'm looking at graphics of all 10 characters, and because my knowledge of these universes is very, very small, but I want to show some love. I'm rooting for Pom Pom Purin next year. This little fat mouse. I don't know what creature. He's a
dog.
Okay, little fat dog wearing a beret, munging on the box of cookies. Like, he is a dog after my own heart. So, like, Pom Pom Purin, I'm rooting for you next year, fella. Let's go.
Oh, I'm dead. That's so funny.
He's the best.
He's very cute.
But listeners, viewers, otakus, that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode of More Than Headlines. Courtney, it's been so great to have you back in the chair with me to break down the latest and greatest of all things anime. It's good to have you back. You're feeling good, just like riding a bike, just nice and easy, nice and organic. You're ready to roll now and into the future?
It's so good to be back. I was in Japan and I was looking at this anime and I was like, where's my pal? Where's my anime rival?
Just hanging out here in Australia by myself, talking into a microphone, lonely by myself, like a big anime weeby loser. But you know what? I got my rival back and all is good with the world.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But listeners, viewers, otakus, be sure to follow us on them socials. You can find me at More Than Senpai. You can find Courtney at Cottony on Twitter /X. No, not /X, on Twitter. The whole X thing is dumb. So find us on there. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe this podcast on the traditional audio-based podcast platforms. But if you are watching us on TikTok and or YouTube, be sure to like and comment on there, because those likes and comments keep us in the algorithm, keep us relevant, keep us tracking, and keep us visible to old and new fans of what we're doing here with More Than Headlines. Be sure to head on over to morethanhentai.life to get your hands on the tastiest merchandise in the land. And while you're there, you can join the Sugoi Squad for the low price of $1 per month to get exclusive access to perks, giveaways, and content you will not find anywhere else on planet Earth. But listeners, viewers, otakus, whether your anime be subbed, dubbed, or still yet to come, enjoy yourself, and much love to all the waifus and husbandos out there. Goodbye.
Mata ne.